Hi, I'm Jules from Jules Pilates in Madison, Wisconsin. I teach both private lessons and group classes, Pilates and Coraline. A lot of times my clients will come to class and they'll have a great lesson, they'll feel good in their body, and then they have a question for me after class. They'll go, what do I do when I go home? So in between your Pilates lessons and the next time you come to class is a good time to practice some of the fundamental movements or some of the movement sequences that'll help your body remember all the good things that you did learn. So I've created a series of videos. Some of them are geared towards movement patterns, and some of them are geared towards little massage and release patterns. When you decide to have a little home practice for 5 or minutes or a half an hour, you're going to really need to think about the space around you. So you want to have some place that has enough room to move your arms and your legs in a way that you're not knocking into the kitchen counter or the ottoman or the guest bed, and that you can roll your body down and up or stretch your legs fully out, come to fully to standing. I am standing on 2 layered mats on top of a harder surface. That works for me. If you have a carpet, you might like to have just 1 mat over it to make it a little less cushy. But if we're doing moves where you're lying on your back, you don't want to hurt your back, you don't want to hurt your joints, you don't want to hurt your wrists or your ankles or your tailbone. So make sure that give it a test run before you really get into it, and make sure that your surface is comfortable for you. Now on to the video. Hi everybody. Let's come down to your mat, and you're going to take a comfortable hands and knees position. If you have knee sensitivity, or some people have that bony prominence right at the top of the shin, then you could put a cushion underneath your shins below anything that was causing you sensitivity, and give yourself a little raise up off the ground. You're going to take your hands onto the floor, and you're going to try to line up your hips over your knees, so you don't want your hips too far back and you don't want your hips too far forward. And you're going to line your hands almost directly underneath your shoulders. Sometimes when we do this, we get a flexion here at the wrist that hurts a little bit, and then you would take your hands up forward. So first you're going to find your neutral spine by allowing the back to round. And you're going to take an exhale, curl the spine into a cat stretch, and then inhale, come into what feels like a flat back or neutral spine. And you want to think about the shape of the neck and line the neck up too. Then you're going to take your spine the other direction. Let it sway towards the floor, and you could take an inhale to do that, broadening the shoulders, looking forward. Then exhale, try to find that neutral spine. Then we're going to do pregnant cat abdominals. So leaving your spine in this position, as you inhale, inflate the belly, let it expand. As you exhale, pull the belly muscle up into your low back. Do that 2 more times. Inflate the belly, expanding that area without moving the back. Exhale, pull those muscles up. 1 more time, breathing in, big milkshake breath, and exhale, hold the belly muscles up into your low back. Keeping as stable as possible, we're going to do arm marches. So as you inhale, pick your right elbow up towards the ceiling. Exhale, put it back down. Switching arms, inhale, lift that elbow up. Exhale, down. And as you go from side to side, try not to rock your body side to side. Keep from swaying around. Follow your breathing. Inhale, lift. Exhale, return. And then if you feel like you're really stable there and your shoulders want a little more stretch, you could bring your arms straight up by your ear. Again, we're working to hold the belly muscles up into the low back, and we're working to keep from rocking side to side. When you've done an even number of those, we're going to change to the legs rather than the arms. Beginning with a simple movement. Well, it's simple, but it's not necessarily easy. As you exhale, tighten your belly to stabilize the body, widen the shoulders, then reach your right leg out, and you're going to tuck your toes under as if you were going to step into a plank. And then exhale, pull that knee, try to bring it all the way back underneath your hip. Switching sides, you inhale, press back, exhale, pull in. And again, it's going to be a little harder to keep from rocking side to side when you're moving your lower limbs, but do the best you can. That's part of the practice. Okay, and when you've had enough of that, you can increase the balance challenge by reaching your right leg straight behind the hip, then putting the knee right underneath the hip, and then the left leg. And you have option with your toes, you guys. You could point through the toes and stretch, or you could flex at the ankles and push out through the heel. But either way, make sure you know what you're doing. Think about what you're doing. Next progression would be to keep the arms steady. And as you inhale, reach your right leg into that plank position. Then step up on it as you bring your left leg into your plank. Then your right knee comes underneath your right hip. Left knee, left hip. Start with the left side. Breathe in. Right side, exhale. Right, left knee, inhale. Right knee, exhale. One more time. Right leg, left leg, right knee. We should do one more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then to rest your wrist, give yourself a little reach back, just as far as it feels good. Maybe take the arms forward and let the head and spine relax. Good. Coming back up to hands and knees, recenter, pull the belly muscles in, and we're going to do simple arm and opposite leg reach. As you inhale, stretch your right arm and your left leg out. Exhale, return. Other pair, left arm, right leg. Exhale, return. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, return. Inhale, reach. And then we're going to make it into the exercise called bird dog. Take that opposite arm and leg, right arm, left leg. Exhale, round the back, pull the elbow and the knee towards your center line. Then inhale, stretch back out, try to find your neutral spine, and return. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and return. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and return one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in, and return. And that's your hands and knee sequence.